Everybody's Zbomb5, and today we're moving right along with the Zbomb5, or at least the first one. Might do more of these in the future, but this is the second episode, I guess. And today we're reviewing Chrysaleo, and the name is kind of it's hard to explain. It's a mixture between the Greek word for golden and Leo, which means lion. But also, crystal is kind of part of it, with the transparent blue. Sure. But anyways, obviously you can see he's a lion. He's got kind of mane right here, which goes into his main. It's not even a pun, I don't think. But, and you might be wondering why I have him from a front view, because if you turn him to a side, yeah, yeah. He might need to, like, go out and be better a hunter. Also, he's got a head on his tail. And I might change this eyepiece to transparent blue. Or, my camera isn't focusing. To a transparent blue to match this. But there's still no hiding that head on the tail. Like, it's a cool tail with a head sticking off of it. Yeah. The proportions are a little bit weird, but, like, he's still pretty cool. And for articulation, the neck. It kind of looks weird if you do that, but the neck is on 3 joints. But usually I have it kind of up. And so you can look around and you can have a look behind him. It looks really awkward. But also the mane, it swivels and it's on a ball joint. A little bit limited, but like, if you want to have the mane kind of go with the head, if I can get this straight. It's kind of hard to look through a camera and do that. Also, you can rip off his neck. That's never happened before. But of course it'll happen when I'm recording. If you kind of want to keep the mane with his head, you can do that to a certain extent without it looking too awkward. Also, it doesn't look like there's a saw blade cutting off his neck. But anyway, and the front legs, which are going to be the robot arms, have a ball joint at the shoulder, a little bit limited by the mane, but you can kind of move the mane out of the way because of these shoulder pieces. Cut a knee. This is kind of you can bend the knee forward. It's already kind of bent all the way, so you can. That's all the knee joint you get, and you've got a ankle ball joint, so you can get ankle tilts and stuff. And then the back legs. This is kind of where the leg starts, but if you want to include this whole thing as the leg, you can. This is on a ball joint too, but this is kind of where the actual leg is. You can see that it's on an oddly placed ball joint, so it can't go forward, go all the way back, and go side to side, and another ball joint at the ankle. And then the tail is on a joint at the base here, a joint right here, and then the head is on some joints if you want to, like, I don't know, position the head differently. And I guess you could, camera isn't focusing very well. If you wanted to make this kind of swivel around, you can, there, but anyways, oh, and you can adjust these little claw pieces. I just think it's kind of a cool aesthetic, because he's a lion. He's got the claw, and my camera does not feel like focusing today. I guess I'm using my phone. My phone probably doesn't feel like focusing. I mean, it's a Tuesday. Who wants to focus on a Tuesday? But anyways, for comparison, we'll bring in his teammate, and you can see Mr. Fatbird, which is, I'm going to call him Fatbird. I know he has a name, yeah, but I'm going to call him Fatbird. You can see Fatbird, they're about the same length, you can see all that mess in the background. You can see they're a similar length, I guess, not including the tail. Actually, including the tails there. Let's zoom out a little bit. You can see, not including the tails, including the tails, actually, they're a similar length. But Mr. Fatbird is much bulkier, you can see. And that's because Fatbird has to, I zoomed in a little bit too much. Fancy technology is too fancy. But you can see Fatbird kind of folds up, has to hold up all the limbs, while Mr. Chrysaleo, Chrysaleo, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've made it up and I don't know how to pronounce it, but he doesn't fold up, really. His robot mode doesn't fold up as much. But speaking of robot mode, let's get right into the transformation. And well, you do have to remove the mane. Well, I guess you could do it. Actually, no, you can't do it with the mane on. Move the mane, move the tail. Those will become his weapons. And without those, he still looks a little bit like a lion, but he's got a head on his instead of a tail. He's two-headed. Anyway, let's get right into the transformation, shall we? So let's zoom out a little bit and adjust our camera a little bit. Okay, so first off, you just want to kind of get things out of the way. And then you want to take this piece, bring it up, and then rotate it there, just to kind of get it up out of the way. Okay, bring the legs down. You want to rotate it at the knee, and then rotate it back at the ankle. And rotate it at the knee, rotate it back at the ankle. Now you have the legs facing forward. And now you want to take the arms, unbend them, and then take the claw and bend it to the back, and then position the fist. And take the arm, unbend it, put the paw to the back, and rotate the fist. And there you go. Now he's looking a little bit like skinny, and I hit the camera. And you want to. Actually, I forgot to compare him to Hardhead and Animal Mode. I'll probably make a jump cut to do that. I mean, jump cut. I'll probably just pause the video. But anyways, now you got the lion head folded down over the chest. You want to take the head section and bring it up, and then kind of fold it just around. And there you have Chrysaleo in robot mode. And you can see he does have a bit of a backpack, a little bit, not nearly as bad as Fatbird. But yeah, you can see he's pretty cool looking. And he's got an unorthodox head. You can see his head is kind of far up. If you like kind of position the side, you can kind of see how far up his head is. But that's because the lion head is attached to the head joint, and that becomes the chest. I don't know. He's a little bit unique in robot mode. Lion mode is like a little bit unique because you can tell that the head is in a weird spot. But he's nothing super special in lion mode. He's a little bit weird. But I really like the robot mode. And of course, you could take the mane that you took off, and you can knock him over and have one of the claws fall off. But you can give him the mane as a shield, and the tail as a sword. And now he's got his sword and shield. And his head is all weird. And one of these claw bits fell off. You can see these just kind of clip onto this paw piece onto the back. But yeah. Anywho, let's get into some comparisons. And here he is with Titan's Return Hardhead. Just to give you an idea of how he scales with the current deluxes. And you can see he's pretty big, honestly. I don't have any current Voyagers. Let's see if we can focus. I don't have any current Voyagers with me, at least to have a leader. But actually, you know what? Let's compare him with Let's get this stuff off of him. Add some extra guns on him. Here he is with Leader Ultra Magnus. You can see he's definitely not leader sized. He's comes up to that's a chest of Magnus. And also I might review Leader Magnus because Leader Magnus is awesome. But anyways, here he is with his current team member, Fatbird. I'm gonna call him Fatbird for all of these reviews. I know he has a name, but now his name is Fatbird. Even though he's not really fat or a bird in this mode. But don't ask questions. And here he is with his team members so far. You can see they're honestly, for how like smaller and thinner this guy was in Beast mode, they're similar height. This guy, Chrysaleo, might even be a little bit taller. I guess if you extend the neck up, that looks weird. Anyway, and one more thing. And here we have Chrysaleo back in his Lounge mode. And like I said, here he is compared with Titan's Return Hardhead in vehicle mode. And you can see, like, he's, like, the core body is about the same size, but the head and then the tail stick off quite a bit. And also he's taller, of course, because he's got legs and not treads. But anyway, And here, of course, is Chrysaleo back in robot mode. But yeah, I really, honestly, he's weird. He is quite. Actually, I didn't go through articulation. Head is on a ball joint, kind of a weird ball joint. And if you really want to, you could do that. But shoulders are on a ball joint. Elbow bend, ball jointed wrist. It's very standard articulation for figures like this, for CCBS figures. Let's see, this goes back and forward, and then a little bit over 90-degree knee bend, and then the ankle ball joint. Anyway, but yeah, this guy's weird. He's got a odd lion mode and a unorthodox robot mode, but I still like him, even though his proportions aren't off, but his, I guess, kind of your head being too far up on your shoulders is proportions. But yeah, the proportions are a little bit weird. Because you see his arms, actually, I don't have it down all the way. You can still see, if you look, this is where the arms are attached. And this is where the head is. Like, that's not too much of space, but, like, that's not how proportions work. But anyway, yeah, like I said, he's weird, but I still like him. I think he's pretty cool. Like, I might be a little bit biased because I made him. But that's besides the point. But I've dragged this review on for way too long. This is Zbomb5 signing out. See ya in the next video. And I should probably get a better outro. Or maybe an outro at all.